Okay, so hey guys, it's Plotalot here with another My Hero Academia What If video, but today, it's not actually My Hero Academia, who would have thought? It's Naruto. So I'm quite a fan of Naruto. I don't know if you guys are, hopefully you are, because I'm doing a start of a Naruto What If today. And so I had this idea. It was partially inspired by Anime Junkie series who did something similar, What If Naruto Was a Prodigy. I'm going to be doing something extremely similar called What If Naruto Was Smart. It's essentially the premise of this What If, because I always thought while I was going through the series, you know, Naruto, he has a lot of potential and stuff, but he's just an idiot, and that kind of ticked me off a little bit. As much as I love the series and I love Naruto as a character, yeah, he was a bit of an idiot. So to make him smarter, I'm gonna make him a little bit smarter through one simple change in the story that I think could have feasibly happened. So looking back, right, he was bullied by the other kids and he always tried to feign for attention and everything. So when he was just starting out in the academy, let's say he's going ahead and he's asking someone a really dumb question, and one of the kids just tells them to go read a book, dummy. And so he starts reading, right? He starts reading a lot of books, a lot of scrolls on techniques, training methods, on just general ninja history, on pretty much anything you can think about. Naruto just started living in the library practically. He doesn't really have any stigma against it now because, you know, he was told by one of the people that he looks up to, his peers, that he should go read. So he thinks, that's pretty cool. And so as he's learning, he's learning these things, he starts to understand some things because, reading kind of makes you smarter. Read, kids. But, thinking ahead, we got all these things coming along, right? We got essentially Naruto reading, learning things, and as a result that he realizes that if he wants to reach his eventual goal of becoming the Hokage, that he needs to be intensely training daily. All the accounts he's read of great ninja throughout history, and even in the modern era, he's found they've all done intense daily training, looking at records that he's read through, from sneaking into the archives, looking at every possible piece of information. That's what he's found out, that he needs to be training. And so he does that, right? He continues to learn, he continues to train every day, getting stronger, honing his taijutsu, still struggling with chakra control because of his, interference from the nine-tailed fox, but he gets very, very good at taijutsu and very, very good compared to his canon counterpart at chakra control. So he actually starts to rival Sasuke quite a lot in their academy, purely just through his tactical skills and his taijutsu techniques, since his chakra control still isn't ideal. But he starts to realize that the best way that he's going to be able to actually deal with chakra control, because he's not very good at all this fine control, so he wants to start learning ways that he can pretty much just shoot his chakra out somewhere and it will do something, right? He just wants to be able to release a whole bunch of it because he's got a lot of it, even for a kid. He rivaled Kakashi at Jonin, so he needs to be able to, just let it all out. I feel like he'd be a bit better than that, and Naruto notices that too, that he thinks he'd be better at that. So he starts learning about, chakra control a bit more in depth, and he realizes that he doesn't know his own nature release. So he does the nature release test and finds out that his release is wind. And so he starts to train in lots of wind release jutsu. And over the years while he's in the academy, this is about his first year, he's doing all of his chakra control stuff, and he starts to go ahead and he finds out he's actually pretty good at wind release when he just puts a lot of chakra into it. He wastes a lot of chakra, but it's better than him not being able to cast any jutsu at all. He just overdoes it with certain jutsu. And unlike things like the clone technique, where it requires this kind of fine control of your chakra, basic jutsu like the Gale Palm, Air Bullet, and the Breakthrough Jutsu, which is where he exhales a massive bit of air, essentially doesn't really require that. And so he's pretty alright at that. It actually does help a little bit that he just overdoes it. He doesn't need to. It doesn't add that much extra power, but it adds some. And that's good for him because he's starting to learn chakra control and needs some sort of stepping stone. And so by using these jutsu to try and hone them and master his chakra control, he actually starts to get okay at chakra control. One of the other ways that he finds out is while he's reading through some books, he comes across a book for Chunin about learning to train genin squads, and starts to do some of the exercises within there, such as tree and water walking. And after about a month or so, because he's doing it on his own, he learns both tree and water walking, and so he's pretty ahead of the rest of his class at the moment, although because of the way that Naruto is, he still acts up in class. Because regardless of the way that, he's become smarter or whatever, he's still Naruto. He's still his old goofy self. He's just a little bit smarter. And so now he knows what he's doing. And he's actually content with that, because he knows it's a decent way for someone like him where he's realized, there's some sort of prejudice against him. The best way to break that prejudice would just be to, find something that they can, think of him for that isn't related to that prejudice, and laughing at him, it's better than them hating him, in his opinion. So he goes ahead and he's learning all these jutsu. He's starting to get pretty good at them. And before the actual Genin exams, Mizuki kind of notices that this kid's kind of talented, but everyone hates him because, he's the Jinchuriki of the Nine-Tailed Fox. He doesn't know that at the time. Naruto doesn't know that at the time, but Mizuki, he can take advantage of that. And so, after class one day, Naruto's just hanging out alone. He's giving himself a little bit of time to think about how he's going to train. He's planning his regimen for the day. And he notices something quite interesting. He notices something a little bit different. He notices Mizuki-sensei's acting a bit weird. And Mizuki-sensei comes up to him, and he starts saying, "Hey Naruto, how's your training coming along? I've seen you've been training recently, For the past couple years, I've been keeping an eye on you, you have promise." And this kind of stokes Naruto a little bit. He's genuinely happy because, it's the first person who's actually straight up said to his face that he kind of acknowledges it. That's all he really wants in life, and so he's really grateful. "Thank you, Mizuki-sensei, that's really nice of you to say." And so Mizuki kind of interrupts him in the middle of his little happy outburst, and he says, "How would you feel if I told you that you could get a lot stronger, a lot quicker? How about I told you you could become not just a Genin, but a Chunin right now? You have the skills. I've seen you've already learned tree walking and water walking, things that a Genin squad needs. You've already learned air-style jutsu. Most Genin don't even know nature releases. But you've got all this stuff in the bag. This is impressive, Naruto. This is very impressive. I want to give you a chance to hone your skills." And so Naruto takes this offer up happily. He's like, "Yeah, that sounds great, Mizuki-sensei. What do I need to do?" And so he tells him, "Okay, Naruto, there's this one very hidden exercise," because Mizuki knows that Naruto's not an idiot in this series. He knows he can't just give him some half-assed reason. And so he thinks to himself, okay, I need to think of a decent way to get him to steal the scroll of sealing. And he says, "You know how you've been reading lots of scrolls about jutsu and stuff?" And Naruto's like, yeah, I have. I've been learning lots of jutsu. And he's like, "Well, there's one scroll that has some essential jutsu that you need to learn if you want to become a very, very good ninja. If you want to become a Chunin before you even become a Genin, then you've got to prove yourself by learning the jutsu in this scroll. But to do that, you first have to prove your skills as a ninja by getting to the scroll through stealing it." And he's thinking, well, Naruto's gonna get this scroll. He's determined, and he's partially correct, because Naruto really is determined. But Naruto thinks to himself, why do I have to steal the scroll? Why can't I just be given the scroll? I know it's some sort of exercise, but what about all the other ninja trying it? Only one of us can steal it. So Naruto asks, does that mean that there's going to be other ninja guarding it or trying to get to it? And Mizuki says, yes, you're going to have to get around everyone without being detected. Otherwise, all the other ninja trying this challenge, they'll all, jump on you. And do you think you could take them all? And Naruto ponders to himself, do I think I could take them all? The answer he comes out with, again, he's still the same old Naruto, so he's a bit cocky, but he's smarter and he knows his limits. And he says, no, I don't think I can, so, where can I find this scroll? Mizuki directs him to the scroll, and Naruto goes ahead and goes to steal the scroll. Naruto, goes ahead, and just like in the original series, he starts to learn the jutsu, and he learns the shadow clone jutsu quite a lot faster, actually. And, actually gives it a little bit of practice, He goes ahead, creates a shadow clone, that shadow clone goes ahead, and he decides to test the limits of the shadow clone, so he has a little sparring match with the shadow clone. He has to think, maybe if I spar with myself, it'd be a good improvement over just not sparring with anyone, because I can't make the normal clones, and those don't even have a corporeal form, they don't have a physical body, I can't really fight them. So, he's going ahead, and he's sparring with this clone, everything's going okay, and then Mizuki comes around on top of the tree, and he sees he sees Naruto with a shadow clone, and he's a bit impressed. He's thinking, oh shit, this kid actually knows how to do one of these jutsu. I knew he was smart, but I didn't expect it this quickly. And so he's saying, oh, Naruto, you've already learned one of the jutsu from the scroll. That's very impressive. And he's like, yeah, Mizuki-sensei, I have. And he's like, you know, you have an advantage. You know that, don't you? And Naruto's thinking, well, what does he mean? And Mizuki elaborates. You demon child with that demon fox. You have so much chakra in you that you don't even know. It's unbelievable what you're capable of. You managed to steal that scroll for me. And Naruto just says, steal that scroll for you? I thought this was how I became a Chunin. And Mizuki just laughs. No, you're an idiot, Naruto, as smart as you think you are. As many jutsu as you think you've learned, you're still a child, and you've still been played. Now hand over that scroll right now, or I'll make you. Now, Naruto grabs the scroll and holds it to him instinctively. He's feeling very, very intimidated at the moment. He's going to have to fight a Chunin, his teacher. And Naruto says, you must be joking, right? And as a response to this, Mizuki pulls out his demon windmill shuriken and throws it straight at Naruto. Now, at this time, Iruka's coming around the corner as well. Now, he's a little bit further away because obviously, you know, Naruto got the scroll a little bit quicker, he learned the jutsu a little bit quicker, and Mizuki got to him a little bit quicker. Everything's just been pushed forwards a little bit. Not by much, but enough that Iruka doesn't have time to jump in the way and just watches in horror as this shuriken flies straight towards Naruto. And just as it's about to impact him, Naruto disappears. Mizuki loses track of him, and so does Iruka, but only for a minute, as Naruto appears right in front of him with a punch poised for his stomach. Naruto, being very good at taijutsu, has gotten very good at the body flicker technique, and he lands a blow straight in Mizuki's stomach, sending him reeling back. Mizuki quickly recovers from the hit and sees Naruto coming for him for a second hit, thinking, this idiot, he still is a genin. There's no way he's going to manage this. He's not even a genin yet. He's an academy student. What am I saying? He might be skilled. He might have the skills of a genin, but I'm a chunin. This is still a child. And so he throws another shuriken straight at Naruto while he's in midair. Naruto's hit by the shuriken, putting a smile on Mizuki's face for the brief moment before the quote-unquote Naruto disappears in a puff of smoke with the familiar sound of a shadow clone dispelling. As Mizuki realizes his mistake, he turns around quickly, hearing Naruto behind him screaming, and attempts to throw a kunai. He destroys that shadow clone, but he knows there's more. He starts scanning around him, looking for the Academy Ninja, who he'd severely underestimated a moment ago before feeling an intense rush of chakra dissipating come from below him as he hears Wind Style, Gale Palm Jutsu, and two Naruto clones carrying kunai in both hands and in their mouths rush towards him. They rush towards his feet stupidly fast. Naruto, again, doesn't really have that good chakra control, and so he's been activating essentially like roided up versions of all of these jutsu. And so this Gale Palm shoots these two clones straight at him at high speed. Mizuki can just about keep up, but he laughs and activates his Curse Mark prototype, gaining some immense strength, performing a mid-air sweep, swiftly destroying both of the clones and sending all the kunai they were carrying scattering into the air. Mizuki's laughing. He says, "This is my power. You think you can beat me? I'm above everyone here. You can't beat me like this." He still hasn't noticed Iruka around the corner, but quickly notices as Iruka throws a kunai straight at his face, which is just flicked away casually as if it was barely there. He looks at Iruka and is about to jump at him, but the shuriken and kunai that Naruto were carrying transform into clones, and he's a bit shocked. He was not expecting this kind of tactics. He was not expecting these kind of high-level tactics from Naruto. And he turns around to see one of the clones carrying another kunai, aiming straight towards his throat, and just punches the clone straight to death. Just one punches it, completely obliterates it. He's ready to attack the Naruto on the ground. He just basically blitzes all the Narutos in the air. And just as he's about to land on top of the real Naruto on the ground, he's amped with the curse mark. He thinks this is easy, right? This is fine. One singular kunai stuck to the tree branch that Mizuki was on transforms into a Naruto clone and already has an air bullet poised in its palm, slamming it down into Mizuki's back. One of the branches that Naruto's standing next to transforms into a Naruto clone and jumps in front of the real Naruto, who's still weaving some hand seals, and gets hit, dispelling it. Now, Mizuki's thinking, this is just futile, and he says this straight out loud, this is a futile attempt, Naruto. I thought you were better than this. Not much, but I thought you were better. I even used my curse mark. And Naruto just smiles before activating wind-style breakthrough jutsu and exhaling, flying back first away from Mizuki at high velocity, throwing another kunai towards Mizuki. Mizuki knows what this kunai is now, as it transforms into a Naruto clone, but he was not expecting, just before the Naruto clone is hit, for it to activate more clones of its own, and all of those come around from the side and start pummeling Mizuki. They don't deal much damage individually because he's in his curse mark state, but there's enough of them, and he's, fairly strong compared to his canon counterpart. Those guys can deal some damage. They know taijutsu pretty well. He starts pummeling into Mizuki. He starts breaking some of them apart, but as soon as he hits one, it just makes more shadow clones. Naruto's pouring chakra into the ones that are about to perform the jutsu so they can make even stronger shadow clones. He knows what he's doing. He had this planned right from the start. And as he continues to beat them down, Mizuki finally decides this has been enough and just starts obliterating them. This whole time though, he hadn't noticed something. Naruto had sent a bunch of kunai into the air near the start of the fight that Mizuki had not noticed at all, and as they fell towards the ground at stupid high velocities, they transformed back into Naruto's, axe kicking his head straight into the ground, leaving a gigantic crater with a massive bang. Iruka's just standing there, completely dumbstruck at what he's seen. He's seen Naruto, who he thought was just some messing around, dumb kid. He'd never tried in class. He'd never shown any sort of potential like this. Not the potential to obliterate a Jonin, let alone one that had shown some odd power just now. Some evil, ominous power. He completely obliterated this Jonin. And after this incident, Iruka and a few other Chunin that had just come to the scene walked towards, completely dumbstruck with what had just happened, with the scroll of seals in Naruto's hand and a nearly dead Mizuki on the floor, potentially, just completely obliterated. And they are confused as to what's happened, because Iruka really didn't get to see the start of this incident, but he got to see the end, and he saw Naruto ending this. And so, the Chunin, they came in to see this incident, and all they saw was just Scroll of Seals, the evil Demon Fox kid, and a Chunin on the floor, knocked out. This looks pretty incriminating to them, and just as they're about to go ahead and arrest Naruto, Iruka tells them to stop, and tells them, I want to hear his explanation on this. And Naruto explains. Iruka, he trusts Naruto, he knows he comes from a similar sort of understanding. He comes to a similar sort of understanding he does with Naruto in the original series, and everything ends up fairly alright. Now, Naruto, he's told by Iruka, if you had this sort of power, why did you hide it? Why did you hide this talent that you had? I didn't know at all. And he says, because I want to. And just walks away nonchalantly. And just like in the original, Naruto ends up almost failing the Genin exam. Now, Iruka goes ahead and he knows he's done this on purpose, right? He knows Naruto's just doing this to keep up his dumb kid persona. And so Iruka pulls him to the side and he says, whether you like it or not, I am passing you. I saw what you can do. I saw you make the multi-shadow clone jutsu. You're being passed. And as a little bit of a thank you gift for ignoring my advice, I'm going to place you at the bottom of the class. And so he still ends up in the same team, Team 7, with his rival Sasuke and Sakura. That's where I'm going to leave it for this time. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Something a little bit different, completely different series. And yeah, tried to, have a nice fight scene with a little bit of like tactics. Tried to make Naruto have some smart tactics. Took me a little bit of thinking. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I would like to know if you guys did in the comments. If you did, then leave a like, comment about it, subscribe if you want to see more. Share the video with some friends and stuff. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye guys.